So when we look at this Dallas Stars team, I think it's fair to say throughout the regular season, they struggled to score goals. This is a Dallas team that didn't really have a lot of offense during the regular season. And then all of a sudden, they've kind of exploded the last few weeks. Not an offensive explosion in Game 1 versus the Knights. I think there's a couple reasons for that, right? Some pretty good goaltending to start. But what do you make of Game 1? What did you make of the breakdown of that game? And how do you expect the Golden Knights to play tonight?
Well, so here's the thing with Dallas, right? Like, people remember the fact that the last 2 years they've been a top defensive team. But look at them the year before and the year before that. They were an offensive juggernaut. They were scoring at will. They were just absolutely crushing people.
Right.
And then they obviously, changed their system. So the capacity to score goals has always been there. It's always sort of puzzling to think, like, how can that lineup not score a lot of goals? Now, in Game 1, we saw them play their system, and I think Vegas, after coming off a Game 6 and a Game 7, where if you watch those games, you watch that team give it everything they had. Vegas was just pouring it on, like every last bit of energy. And you saw in Game 1 against Dallas that the legs weren't quite there. They didn't have that extra jump in Game 1, and to be expected after. I mean, you could say, well, sure, Dallas played a Game 7 too at the same time, but they also didn't have a back-to-back in Game 6, and whatever. So,
right.
Game 1 just looked like a bit of fatigue. I expect them to come back a little bit stronger in Game 2, and have their legs about them, and give it a good old college try.